Hi, my name is Lindsay Schreiber, and on behalf of WorkPartners and Robert Morris University, I'd like to welcome you to the Family Medical Leave Training for Employees. Today's learning objectives will include understanding the basics of FMLA, recognizing when it's appropriate to contact WorkPartners to request a new leave, and recognizing when it's appropriate to direct questions to your human resources team. So who is WorkPartners? WorkPartners is part of the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. We have provided absence management services for over 20 years. WorkPartners provides health and productivity solutions to companies in a wide variety of industries all over the United States. WorkPartners will be administering FMLA and ADA for all employees of RMU. You will be calling into 833-851-5184 for all new requests and questions related to the policies below, family medical leave and ADA. So the policies that we're not administering for RMU would include personal leave, faculty leave, your short-term disability, long-term disability, and your vacation and PTO time. These policies will continue to be managed by your Human Resources Department. You can call into WorkPartners at any time to request a new leave. Our phones answer 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, and 365 days per year. During the initial call with the WorkPartners intake team, please be prepared to provide the following information: your name and your mailing address, your date of birth, your preferred phone number and email address, the reason for your leave request, and if your request is for the care of a family member, we will name the name and the relationship of the patient, absence start date, and the expected return to work date. So what does your WorkPartners team look like? First, you'll have your intake specialist. This is a customer service team that gathers the employee information via phone and enters the leave request for review. Our intake specialist cannot answer detailed questions, however, they can appropriately direct your call. The leave specialist, this is your primary point of contact for the employee and HR. The leave specialist handles the day-to-day management of the leave request. He or she verifies the policy eligibility, communicates with the employee, HR, and management team regarding leave status. He or she reviews the certifications and other information to determine the case approval and denial. This person will be fielding questions from the employee and HR management team regarding the case status. We also have nurse case managers. This is an in-house medical resource that may consult with the leave specialist during the evaluation of complicated medical circumstances. The nurse case manager will often contact the healthcare provider directly to clarify or authenticate the information provided on the certification form. Our medical director is an in-house physician that is utilized by the leave specialist for assessment in the most complicated of medical reviews. The medical director is often used for a physician-to-physician discussion when necessary to complete an FMLA review. So what are some qualifying resources for FMLA leave? Here are a few: birth, adoption, placement of foster care, child, spouse, parent, serious health condition, own serious health condition, a family member of a service member in the United States Armed Forces on active duty or an impending a call to active duty, and caring for a family member or injured service member or veteran. How is FMLA eligibility determined? There's two criteria and both must be met. First, the employee must have 12 months of service with Robert Morris University. The 12 months of service does not need to be consecutive months. Service within the prior 7 years may be counted. Second, the employee must have worked at least 1,250 hours in the 12 months preceding the leave start date. Only worked hours can count towards FMLA eligibility. How FMLA time is used. So FMLA time can be used in 3 ways. It can be a continuous leave of absence, an intermittent leave of absence, or a reduced scheduled leave. Eligibility for all 3 is calculated the same. Here's a few FMLA facts. All FMLA requests involving medical conditions will be reviewed based on the Department of Labor certification of healthcare provider form completed by the patient's treating provider. Eligible employees have one 12-week bank of time available per rolling 12 months. The total amount of FMLA use cannot exceed the maximum of 12 weeks in a rolling year, regardless of the number of FMLA requests an employee submits. And last but not least, the employee can use FMLA time while the FMLA request is pending. However, if the FMLA request is denied, the work absence related to that denied leave may be subject to discipline. So you'll want to contact WorkPartners for any of the following. If you need to miss more than 3 consecutive work shifts due to an FMLA qualifying reason. If you or your covered family member have been admitted to the hospital, even a 1-day admission. Now, this does not include emergency room visits or 23-hour observation periods. If you have a chronic condition that causes you to miss work periodically, or if there is a change in medical circumstances, or you are using more FMLA time than you anticipated. Returning from a consecutive leave. Your manager and the WorkPartners leave specialist must receive your return to work clearance before you return from a consecutive leave for your own health condition. Note, medical clearance is not required for employees on a leave for a family member's illness. Your manager cannot permit you to work until the medical clearance has been provided. Always provide work restrictions. This could include restrictions regarding overtime as well, in writing, and make sure it's from the medical provider. When medically released, you are required to report to work the next available shift. So this is important. Your intermittent FMLA is a 2-call process. Employees must report intermittent FMLA absences to the manager and to WorkPartners again at 833-851-5184 to ensure that their time is recorded correctly. On the left-hand side in the blue there, you will see the employee's responsibility. First, you must clearly advise the manager when an absence is related to FMLA. Second, you want to attempt to schedule planned absences in a manner that is least disruptive to the department's operations. Third, you're going to want to follow the company's call-off procedure whenever possible. And fourth, you're going to want to make sure you contact your leave specialist with WorkPartners and notify them with any medical changes that could impact the FMLA record. On the right-hand side in the green is the manager's responsibility. So they're going to clarify if an absence is related to an FMLA reason, so the absence can be tracked correctly. The FMLA absence should be applied for mandatory overtime shifts and should be applied towards the employee's FMLA balance. They're going to direct the employee who may need FMLA to the WorkPartners team, and they're going to consult HR Human Resources if they think that the FMLA is being used excessively or there's a specific pattern. So here's just a couple of reminders. Leave of absences are not one size fits all. Requests that appear to be similar may have different outcomes depending on the facts reviewed by the WorkPartners team. Managers should never discourage an employee from submitting a request for FMLA. The WorkPartners leave specialist will determine the eligibility under FMLA. So another reminder, all employees must call WorkPartners, and again the number is 1-833-851-5184 for all new FMLA requests and any questions related to the two policies below, which are again the family medical leave and the ADA accommodated time. I want to thank you all for your time today, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you.